Welcome to the Country Hipster Podcast. My name is Paul. I am the Country Hipster. That music you heard was the mega fucking hit song by the Unholy Four. Mega fucking hit song by the Unholy Four called Dirty Knife. Check out the Unholy Four on Spotify.
Bandcamp, iTunes.
Thank you. All of those places you can find the Unholy Four. Podcast specific promo code for November is Turkey. Go to OttsvilleRecordGarage.com and type in Turkey when you are at checkout, and you will receive 15% off of your entire order. And while you're listening or watching this podcast on Spotify, scroll down a little bit to the link about listener support and pledge some support to the Country Hipster Podcast.
Can we do like a this episode specific for like 16%?
No.
Please?
No. Oh. Why do you want these? Why do you want this stuff like this?
Because it's funny.
It's that extra 1% that makes the difference.
It's annoying, though. Then I got to do another promo code. No. Speaking of someone who wants to make me do more work, to my left is my brother and co-host, Adam.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back, buddy. You missed another episode.
I know.
You fucking dick.
Well, listen, I have genetically horrible teeth.
Somehow I don't, though.
It's because we have different moms.
Oh, actually, yeah. I think we actually have different dads.
Probably.
So.
So I had a couple teeth that had basically completely broken away aside from the roots. So I had like 4 roots removed last week.
Was one of them Questlove?
One of them was Questlove. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was the legend. I had the legendary Roots crew.
What is Jimmy Fallon doing now?
Yeah, I don't know. He's lost. So
his own Questlove.
Yeah, so I had some extensive dental work done.
Fun.
And I wasn't feeling that great last week when we recorded. So
he was not doing well at all. We didn't talk, but we text, and I could hear your discomfort through the text.
It sucks because like the right hand side was more sensitive after all of it, and I tend to sleep on my right hand side. So like I'd be fine going to sleep, and I'd wake up feeling like a bus hit me in the head.
Ooh.
So yeah, it sucked.
That does suck.
It was fun.
That does suck.
Yeah,
but you're back, and
I'm here.
You're better.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had my stitches dissolved / just like kind of. They half dissolved to the point where they're just kind of like hanging there.
Oh, okay.
Sucked.
Nice. That's kind of weird. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, whatever. It's like you got a little dangler, and
I may or may not have cut them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I was just like, I'm not.
That makes sense with you.
I'm like, I'm not fucking dealing with this bullshit. Just hanging. Yeah.
I was going to go somewhere, but I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it.
No.
I'm not going to say it. So, but anyway, to my right is our special guest. This is a listener pick. And before Megan was the Gen Z prospector.
I say spoiler, she's the listener.
She was the listener who chose this album before she was I guess, cast member of the Country Hipster Podcast. Is that what we're calling? I guess I have kind of been referring to Tom, Kristen, and Megan as a cast members.
Yeah.
You know, and so
you did advertise us as that at one of the records.
There you go. Yes. No, the one you showed up at, and he didn't.
Listen.
Yeah, the one where I was working.
Yes. Well, that's besides the point. You were there. That's the important part is that you were there. You know what I mean? Unlike some people.
Listen, when's the next one?
There just was one.
Yeah, it's Sunday.
I had my kids.
I have one this Sunday.
This
Saturday, actually.
This coming Saturday?
This coming Saturday.
Like the what is it, the 26th?
Well, we're in November now, so it's technically in the past, but yes.
What time?
Starts at noon.
Okay, because I'm going to the Flyers game at 1. So.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm fucking talking about. This fucking dickhead. But at any rate, welcome Megan, our Gen Z prospector, and also the person who picked this album. And this week's album is Green Day. I was like, wait, where did I didn't write it down. Green Day, American Idiot. See, you're like, oh, do you really need like a script? Yeah, I do. I'm
also the one of us who successfully saw Green Day in concert.
Oh, whatever. You don't have to rub it in that I didn't get to see Green Day because Billy Joe blew out his voice and had to cancel the next day. Whatever. I still had a beautiful weekend in Hershey, PA. So it was all good. So also with this episode, we have this is a mystery beer episode. And
I had a beautiful weekend house sitting for you. So
yes, you did. You did. Yeah, that fucking Tim Curry attacked you.
Yeah, I got attacked by the fucking rooster.
It was awesome. It was he actually came after me yesterday, which is the first time he's done that in a while. I was like, I had my back turned, and he came and he like jump
Oh,
up.
what a bitch move.
Yeah, and I turned around, bless you. I turned around and he puts his neck up. I just like, oh really? I just fucking Chief Wahoo McDaniel'd him right in the fucking neck, and he just went back. He's like, all right, no, we're cool.
My bad.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I was like. Fuck you, don't fuck with me. And he was like, all right, cool. I'm sorry. But at any rate, this is also a mystery beer episode, and since you are in training, right? Do you want to explain that a little bit?
Oh yeah, so I just so
Jesus. This could be a long
talking
episode.
about talking about alcohol. I just went to alcohol certification training for work,
Okay.
Yeah.
so my brain went there and not the training where I'm not drinking.
Yes.
I am training for the Mid-Atlantic Regional Oireachtas, which is regional championships for Irish dance.
I have an Oireachtas.
Yeah, so
Like right now.
I have a mid-Atlantic Oireachtas. Nice, Paul.
Already?
Up there, right up there.
Already.
If you guys are watching the video, Megan is now bright red.
Yeah.
She went from her normal pasty paleness to just bright beet red right now.
Okay, so this is the part where we tell that one student to not
Yeah.
listen to this one.
Yeah. 100%, yeah.
Okay.
This is 2 episodes in a row that you've been on where that kid's not allowed to listen to.
So you're a science teacher. Could you tell us
Yeah.
what an erectus is?
Yeah. Oireachtas. It's an
Oireachtas.
Oireachtas.
I'm sorry, an Oireachtas? Could you tell us?
It's
What-
Gaelic for championship.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Oireachtas,
okay.
Oireachtas, Paul. You see when-
Official, like, native Irish
Oh, okay. All right.
with, like, too many letters for how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Regional championships for Irish dance.
So you're saying it's actually a lot longer than it looks.
No.
Is
I
that
think
what
I'm
we're
gonna go home now.
It only looks longer because they trimmed up a little bit beforehand.
Exactly.
And
High and tight, you know what I mean? You got...
then, sorry, Megan.
Aren't you glad you came on this episode? Mind you, you picked this.
Yep. Yep, I did.
You chose this shit.
I'm sorry. So go on.
Okay, so it's regional championships. I am in what's called the senior ladies bracket, which is anyone over the age of 23.
Okay.
Why they've determined that's considered a senior, I don't know. It just like we make jokes about, oh, it's the old ladies division.
Well, that's actually 23 is Adam's cutoff. He won't go above
Yeah.
23.
Me,
So
and
you know.
Leonardo DiCaprio are
Yep.
right there.
Yep.
So I'm performing on Black Friday. So in an effort to kind of like up my training a little bit, I am not drinking for the entirety of October and November until I'm finished whatever my last round is on
Okay.
Black Friday.
Cool.
And then I will likely have several.
Okay. Nice.
And by
nice.
several, I mean like 2 because I will have no tolerance
Ah,
anymore.
you're gonna get smashed on 2 drinks.
Probably.
Yeah. Will it be on this beer that you're going to be presenting to us?
It's a good question. Maybe.
Okay. All right.
We'll see. Are we
Okay.
Is this the bit that we're
This is
doing?
gonna be the bit. This is the bit
Yeah?
we're doing. So
All right.
so
It's what we in the business call transition.
Yes, it's because Megan is not drinking. And this is a mystery beer episode. We actually told Megan, "Hey, why don't you just pick the beers that me and Adam are going to drink?" And
Why don't you spend money this time?
yes. Why don't you spend the money this time? You're gonna drive all the way up to the Outsville Record Garage and whatnot, and lend us your talents for the evening. So why don't you spend some money while you're at it too?
Sure. Like yes, the $2 that I have to my name
Yes.
of my teacher salary.
There you go. So what are we in for? What have you
Oh,
selected?
you're gonna find out after you drink it.
Oh, we'll find out after we drink it, but
You're gonna find out after you drink it.
okay. So and now real quick, so
Yeah.
now we're actually gonna have the same beer.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So we'll have to synchronize swatches. And,
Yeah,
and
we're
like, try it at the
already
same time.
we've already learned in the bonus material that we're on
we're
point.
in.
Yeah.
We're on. We're
Yeah.
very on.
And,
So
I did tell you
It
it
is-
is not in a can.
right.
It is in a growler.
Is it a growler?
It's in a
Okay.
growler.
Is
It is not in a growler from the place that I got it from.
Okay, all right. It's a cute little growler.
It is.
It's a cute growler. Look at that. If you can see it, it's kind of cool growler. Where is this growler from?
Separatist Brewing Company,
Okay.
which I was told used to be something
yeah.
else, but
Separatist
we couldn't
Bar
come
and
up with what
Bottom.
it used to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So should we just pour this in here, huh?
No.
No.
Give me your glasses.
Okay.
Oh Jesus. Oh, there's like a thing to this, huh?
mhm.
I don't.
Close your eyes.
I don't.
I,
I don't.
oh,
Close your eyes.
God. She's asking us to
don't
close
fu-
our eyes.
I don't fucking like it.
So the audience is going to see this before we are. Oh, shit. Adam, this isn't good.
Mhm.
This isn't good. You know.
Oh, it's going to be spectacular.
We're never fucking inviting Megan anywhere ever
No,
again.
no. Usually when women tell me to close my eyes, I'm actually pretty excited about it. I am not. I am not right now.
Oh,
I'd say I
be,
even get Aractus about it, but
Yeah.
that is not the case right
You
now.
should be appropriately terrified.
Oh Jesus. You know, someone put in comments right now what we're looking at. I mean, I can't see the comments until I edit it anyway, or it's posted. But still, someone tell us what we're in for. Oh God, this is not good.
I'm enjoying this so much just because of how uncomfortable you are by the fact that you don't know what it is.
This is not good.
Yeah, it's kind of. Where's my current beer?
I don't know. My eyes are closed. How the hell am I supposed to be able to see? She told us to close our
I
eyes.
found it.
Wait, why can't we just? You know what? Haley could probably help us out with
Yeah.
this. She probably already would know what it is.
Yeah, she
Where's
knows
my-
just by the sound.
Oh, there it is. Is this my boobly?
Yep.
Oh, it's my boobly. Oh. It's very boobly. Oh God. Well, it sounds very carbonated. I can tell you that
in fact
much.
carbonated
It
because
isn't-
it's beer.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, sometimes, shit's not as carbonated, but like,
Did you see that? I saw this video recently where, like, the trick where, like, you tap your bottle on top of somebody else's bottle and it overflows.
yeah, it goes fucking
I
crazy.
saw a thing where, like, these two women, like, at, like, an outdoor bar, and the one girl taps the other girl's beer, and then, like, it doesn't do anything, and she's, like, looking all confused, and the girl whose beer it was goes, "It's a fucking stout, you idiot."
Nice.
Well, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good. Or it could have been a hard iced tea.
Technically
Oh, wow.
counts as beer.
Oh, I just got a whiff of that.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't.
that's like sulfury. What are you?
Jesus Christ!
What are you doing to us? This is like Brim and Hellstone or whatever is coming at us.
Fire and brimstone.
There you go. Thank you. Whatever.
Brim and Hellstone.
Brim and Hellstone.
Brim and Hellstone was the name of my punk band's second album when I was in high school.
And what was the name of that punk band?
It was Paul's a fucking idiot.
Okay, that's a good name for a band. Can we
Yeah.
open our eyes yet?
The fact that you're not
God.
answering is terrifying.
Go ahead.
What did you put around the rim?
Oh,
Drink
fucking
it.
spicy brown mustard.
Just drink it.
That's what I smelled. Oh God. All right.
I'll
So
tell you what it is after.
All right, listen. Can we just also appreciate the fact that I have a long beard and mustache, and that rimmed glasses won't work well for me?
You're welcome.
all right. So we got spicy mustard around it.
I
This
thought you were going to say spicy mustard arachnus.
spicy mustard arachnus around the rim. This is a darker beer. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm just gonna go out.
All I can smell is the mustard.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is because of how this is, the color, the spicy mustard rim. This is some sort of a pretzel ale. That's what I'm gonna.
That's a thing?
Yes, it's a thing. They make fucking ales out of everything. So that's what I'm gonna guess is this is some sort of a pretzel ale. Yeah, all I can smell is the mustard. Oh God.
And don't get me wrong, I like spicy brown mustard, but like I would like to smell the beer too.
I know. All right, you ready to do
Yeah.
this? All right. What? Wait, we can't. How are we gonna do this? Oh. All right, make the ends kiss.
Oh god. No more saying funny shit. We're about to drink. Everybody dead serious.
All right, hold on. Douchebag. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh. All I taste is the mustard.
Yeah, all I taste is the mustard
like
too.
the beer's so like nondescript. It's like, that's gross. Oh fuck! Now I tasted the actual beer and it's not good. Oh,
It's bland as fuck.
it's bland as fuck,
Really?
but it's got
Yeah.
some weird, like, no, I don't like it. It's like, kind of makes me gag.
Yikes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm out. I
No.
am out on that.
Wow.
I have a feeling Adam's gonna love it.
No, I mean, I feel like I have mustard in my mustache.
Probably. That was the name of my pink band.
Mustard on my
Mustard on
mustache.
mustache.
It's not like it's.
That is, yeah. I'm gonna guess it's some sort of a pretzel beer. I don't know how, you know what I mean, or pretzel ale, or, but it's not. I
can't figure out what the fuck.
I'm
Like
not-
it doesn't.
I'm not into it. As like, oh yeah, oh,
Interesting.
as I take another sip. Yeah, that's horrible. Megan, what did you do to us?
Well, I was trying to come up with, what do I get? Do I just grab random cans from Acme? And I thought, what
That
the
would've been
fuck am
kinda
I
funny.
doing? I work at a brewery.
Oh, geez. So this is something I'm sitting here at a brewery that lets me do pop-ups. I'm sitting here talking shit about their beer right now, aren't I? Oh, geez.
100%.
Okay.
So on my way to our gig last night, I drove myself to my wonderful employer of Naked Brewing,
Mhm.
and
Naked Brewing in Bristol,
in
PA?
Bristol. Yep, I went to the Bristol tap room, and as I was walking up, Sean, one of the owners, happened to be there, and she goes, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Wait, aren't you supposed to be going to a show or something?" I'm like, yeah, but I had to stop here because I'm on a mission. And I explained the whole bit about the mystery beer,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, "Well, what do you want to take?" And I said, "Well, what's the most off the wall name we have for something right now?" She gave me a couple options, and then she said, "No, here's what you want to do. You want this particular sour."
Oh, it's a sour.
It's a
Okay,
sour.
that makes total sense because I fucking hate sours. So that's actually
That's why you don't.
I don't
like
feel as bad now because it's like I'm like, oh, this. Yeah, I'm not in the sours at
Yeah.
all. So I'm sorry, but go on.
So she said, "You want this particular sour," and we don't do this here, but one of the other guys at the Huntington Valley brewing location rims the glass with spicy brown mustard because the name of the beer is Salty Fucker. PHUCKER.
Okay. All right.
Because it's a pretzel beer. It's supposed to taste
See,
like soft pretzel.
see, I got the pretzel part of it just by the looking, and of course the mustard definitely throw it up. If the mustard wasn't on there, I don't know that I would have said it looks
Yeah.
like a pretzel beer. That was a wild guess.
I
But
get the sour,
Mhm.
but there's not much else to this beer.
yeah, I'm not big on sours. Period. Which is why like I'm like, oh god, you know what I mean. So, like even to an extent, like Kolsch's are on a little bit on the sour end as well, and I don't particularly care for Kolsch's, but I can drink them usually. This one, yeah, no, it's definitely got me gaggy. So this is for Naked Brewery. It is Salty Fucker.
They were also kind enough to provide it free of charge, so please go support Naked
Yes.
Brewing on Mill Street in
There you
Bristol.
go.
Yes. Thank you, Naked Brewing. I'm sorry that I shat on your beer. We do have a pop-up there very soon, or actually at this point, whenever this is posted, I forget the exact date this is being posted. It might have just passed. And then maybe we're trying to do one again at the end of the month, end of November. We are trying to do one at the end of November. That was tentative at the time. But I'm sorry, Sean. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm sorry, John. I don't mean to talk shit about your beers. I just don't like sours. So otherwise, I spent a lot of money on beer last time we had a pop up there. So they know I definitely do enjoy their beers.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if this was one of the ones you got.
No, this was not because it's a sour. I would not have even I would have just seen sour and just like ignored it from there.
Yeah, sours are the ones that end up with the fun names. The other contenders were Swingers Club and
Okay.
Never Touch Another Man's Rhubarb.
Oh, you know what? I saw people drinking and Never Touch Another Man's Rhubarb, and I was like, all right, that's a good name. I'm still not drinking that beer though. So, yep. But yeah, you're still trying to drink it though.
No, I'm just trying to like get like something from it, but I'm not. It's upsetting.
All right, that sounds like my first marriage.
No.
So I'm switching to another local brewery to the Lower Bucks County area, Bitch and Kitten Brewery. I'm switching to a German Rex, which is a German style wheat ale, and as they do, Bitch and Kitten Brewery supports the Women's Animal Center, and their mission is to ensure that animals are treated humanely and with kindness. And you can meet Biggie. Biggie is a friendly 5-year-old male domestic short-haired mix. He has been patiently waiting for his fur, F-U-R, family. Could that be you? Check women'sanimalcenter.org. Look at that. Look at this. Look at the little eyes. Look at the little eyes. Yeah, little cute little picture of Biggie there. Maybe I'll try to take a picture and pop that up so you guys can see Biggie. But yes, I'm switching over to German Rex, which I have had before, which is a pretty good wheat style or German style wheat ale there.
You know, it's interesting. Take a sip of that.
What?
Of that.
Do I have to?
Yes. Take a sip of that. Now take a sip of that. Did it make that better for you like it did for me?
Oh yeah, it did actually.
Yeah, see?
Probably because this is like, better than that, and it's just like, oh god, I feel this is so bad that just made it better. So I will say, okay, I'll say this with the last beer challenge: if I had to drink whatever the fuck that was that you got me that was in Spanish last time, and this, I would drink this over that any day
I
of the week.
forgot about that.
That thing was so fucking bad.
It's like that weird like mango. No, it wasn't mango. The thing you got.
It was like grapefruit and like, salty and shit like that.
It was
that
like
horrible.
I forgot about that guy.
Yep. All right, so we are here. Which, by the way, thank you, Megan.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. This was good. I like the fact, like, even though I don't like the beer, I like the fact that I just like totally out of fucking left field. It was just like, what is this that we're doing?
I was so excited for that when I came up with the idea that they're gonna have it's not even in a growler from the correct brewing company.
Yep.
It's called deception.
Deception. You've changed us to like not know what's going on, right? In that deception.
Something like that.
That's Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, all right. Thank you. All right, so Megan, so since this is your pick, Green Day, American Idiot, we are going to let you do the factoids.
Cool. You're gonna regret that in about 5 seconds.
I mean, we've seen your Gen Z perspective, so we know you can ramble.
As soon as I started reading the factoids, I just went full nerd mode because it was really interesting.
Nice.
So it might take a little while.
Okay.
So American Idiot is the 7th studio album for Green Day. They were recorded on Reprise Records, produced by Rob Cavallo, who did the previous 4 albums as well. It was dubbed a punk rock opera telling the story of Jesus of Suburbia, a lower middle class American adolescent anti-hero, which we will come back to later. The album expresses the disillusionment and descent of a generation that came of age in a period shaped by tumultuous events such as 9/11 and the Iraq War. In order to accomplish this, the band used unconventional techniques for themselves, including transitions between connected songs and some long chaptered creative compositions presenting the album themes.
I'm going to get into that bullshit, but go on.
This one also marked a career comeback for Green Day, charting in 27 countries, reaching for the first time the top spot on the Billboard 200 for the group, and peaking at number 1 in 18 other countries. It has sold over 23 million copies worldwide, making it the second best-selling album for the band behind their 1994 major label debut, Dookie.
Yep.
And one of the best-selling albums of the decade and all time. It was later certified 6 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America in 2013. The album spawned 5 successful singles, including the title track American Idiot, Holiday, Wake Me Up When September Ends, Jesus of Suburbia, and the Grammy Award for Record of the Year, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. It was very well received critically and commercially upon release. It has since been hailed as one of the greatest albums of all time. It was nominated for Album of the Year and won the award for Best Rock Album at the 2005 Grammys. It was also nominated for Best Album at the Europe Music Awards and the Billboard Music Awards, winning the European award. Its success inspired a Broadway musical, a documentary, and a planned feature film adaptation. Rolling Stone placed it at 225 on their 2012 list of 500 greatest albums of all time, and again in 2020 at 248. A 20th anniversary deluxe edition was just recently released.
Yes, it was. And it's available at OttsvilleRecordGarage.com.
And I will more than likely be buying a copy.
There you go.
So I got into all of my nerdy nonsense at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There was a quote in the Wikipedia page from Billy Joe Armstrong where he noted that for them, American Idiot is about taking those classic rock and roll elements, kicking out the rules, putting more ambition in, and making it current. They incorporated familiar punk rock sound and experimented with different styles such as new wave, Latin, and polka music. They listened to various rock operas, including The Who's Tommy and David Bowie's The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. They were particularly inspired by The Who's Quadrophenia. Because of the power chord mod pop aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
They also listened to cast recordings of Broadway musicals like West Side Story, The Rocky Horror Show, Grease, and Jesus Christ Superstar. And they let contemporary music influence them also, including Eminem, Kanye, and Linkin Park. So The whole album is a concept album describing the story of a central character named Jesus of Suburbia, who is that anti-hero created by Billy Joe Armstrong. It's written in the perspective of a lower middle class suburban teen raised on a diet of, quote, soda pop and Ritalin, as is in the lyrics.
Nice.
Jesus of Suburbia hates his hometown and those close to him, so he leaves for the city. The second character introduced in the story is Saint Jimmy, who has a track named after him as well. A swaggering punk rock freedom fighter par excellence. What's her name? A Mother Revolution figure is introduced as a nemesis of Saint Jimmy in the song She's a Rebel. The album's story is largely indeterminate because the group was unsure of where to lead the plot's third quarter. So Armstrong decided to leave the ending up to the listener's imagination.
That's fucking bullshit. That is so like a cop out. Well, I can't come up with anything, so it's up to your imagination. That's lame.
I don't know.
I'm just
listen.
saying, it's
I don't
lame.
write stuff, so I can't. I'm just going with sure. I'll come up with the ending myself until I watch the Broadway show eventually.
Yeah, like
No,
that's the whole thing. Like if I pay all that money for a Broadway show, I don't want to have to I don't want to be like, okay, figure it out now, bitches.
I'm sure we'll get into this.
Okay.
The two secondary characters exemplify the record's main theme of rage versus love, in that while St. Jimmy is driven by rebellion and self-destruction, What's Her Name is focused on following your beliefs and ethics. Jesus of Suburbia eventually decides to follow the latter, resulting in the figurative suicide of St. Jimmy, which is revealed to be a facet of his personality. And in the album's final song, Jesus of Suburbia loses his connection with What's Her Name as well, to the point in which he can't even remember her name. And through the story, Armstrong hoped to detail coming of age in America at the time of the album's release.
So we also took like a Fight Club kind of like aspect of it, since St. Jimmy is if I'm understanding this correctly, St. Jimmy is a not a figment of his imagination, but a part of his personality, same as Brad Pitt was to Ed Norton in Fight Club.
I'm gonna pretend I know what you're talking about and say yes.
Spoiler alert. So basically, Green Day took every single like popular thing of like music and rock and movies, and like we're gonna put this together, huh?
I don't know, man. I'm just. It was really interesting.
No.
And there was also this quote that they were trying to do things super differently, and this was probably a Billy Joe Armstrong quote, and I lost exactly where it was in the whole article. But as soon as you abandon the verse, chorus, bridge song structure, it opens up your mind to this.
The Tim Barry special.
It opens up your mind to this different way of writing where there really are no rules.
Okay. So I'll agree with that. That's and by the way, I am glad, and you can I want you to continue, but
okay.
I just want to say in general, I'm glad that you actually got into that, because one of the things I was going to ask is like, okay, what's the fucking story here? Because you know what I mean? Because but we'll get into that. But so I do appreciate you getting into that in depth. So go on. I'm sorry. I know I keep interrupting.
They did also have a documentary filmed called Heart Like a Hand Grenade. It was a 2015 film featuring Green Day during the recording of American Idiot, directed by John Roker, and filmed over the process of 15 months between 2003 and 2004. Detailing the songwriting profession and recording process of the album.
So that actually makes I'm like, what documentary? Why do I know about the documentary? When I was in the movie industry, we actually almost distributed it.
Oh,
yeah, we actually. I saw a screener of it before. Like I forget who ended up distributing it. It wasn't us, which I think was my boss's fault. But yeah, no, I'm just like, oh yes, I did. I fucking watched because I saw a screener of it when I was big movie guy. So
That was the end of my official factoids.
That's the end of
I
your-
had my own personal notes from there, but I don't want to jump segments.
Okay, cool. So, so you picked this album. This is your listener pick. Which also listeners, if you are, if there's an album you want us to do in season 3, because there will be a season 3 at some point, drop it in the comments or shoot me an email at info@ottsvillerecordgarage.com and say do this one, or just like walk up to Adam and pull his beard and be like, I want you to do this album, and we'll put
3
it on.
people have done that so far.
I know, it's great. So we'll put it on the list, and it will be listened to for season 3. I think we have like 3 or 4 records on there already.
Yeah.
But keep them coming. We don't know how many we're going to do, how many listener picks we're going to do in season 3 yet. But the more listener picks we get, the more listener picks we'll do. So like I said, you dropped this in the comments. This is one of your picks here. Why?
This has become over the years like this would be in my top 25.
Okay.
When my dad was driving me home from dance class as a young teenager, in addition to all of the Goo Goo Dolls songs that we talked about in season 1, I also got a small handful of Green Day songs. American Idiot, Good Riddance, Holiday, When I Come Around. I think Longview was in there a couple times.
Okay.
Handful off of both American Idiot and Dookie. But that was not my first introduction to it. My first introduction was at a grade school dance. I was in 3rd grade.
Sick.
Wow. 3rd grade? You're having dances in 3rd grade?
It was like, so I was in a K-5 school,
In
and
all
they
fairness,
did
I was
like
having fucking kids in 3rd grade.
That's true, but that's besides the point. Yes.
It was like a it wasn't like a St. Tim's dance.
Okay.
You didn't go with the interest of like finding a date.
Okay.
Like it was just it's some random Friday night and they're playing music in the gym and we're gonna jump around like hyped up children and
like crisscross.
Yes.
They'll make you.
Yeah, they'll
Probably.
make you jump.
Wow.
The Mac Daddy will make you.
Don't try to compare us.
That was actually good. But so I was in 3rd grade. I was hanging out with one of my friends, and we're in the gym listening to whatever's playing, and they put on "Wake Me Up When September Ends."
Okay.
And this girl I was with was like, "Oh my god, I hate Green Day. We're going to the cafeteria to get snacks." Okay, I guess we're going to the cafeteria, but I don't know why you don't like the song.
What kind of snacks do they have?
Like Rice Krispie treats.
That's
and
what's
stuff.
up. Yeah, that's
you know what?
I don't know,
kinda,
like your generic bake sale kind of items.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, brownies. Brownies with walnuts or without?
Probably without, because you never know who's got a peanut allergy.
That's true.
Schools are nut free at this point.
Yep.
Now
so-
I'm around, am I right? It's inappropriate. Stop it.
So the Wake Me Up When September Ends in 3rd grade was my first introduction to Green Day. I didn't know why I
It's unfortunate.
quote unquote didn't like it,
When
but
did this album come out?
2004.
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit, that would have been kind of new. I didn't do that math.
Yeah. Why not?
I didn't think to do that math. If that came out in 2004, it was only like a year old because I would have been in 3rd grade in 2005.
Okay. Well, there you go.
It's a sophomore in
Interesting.
high school.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. I was 7 years married.
Paul was
at that
married with
point.
kids and
I
a
had,
mortgage.
I had 3 children and a mortgage. Actually, yeah, no, I had a mortgage at that point. We were getting ready to move to Summerdale. I had a car payment. It was crazy. I think we went to Disney in 2004.
Gross.
So that was my first introduction. Then my dad started playing it on the drive home from dance, and American Idiot was the first time I experienced a radio edit.
Okay.
Which we could talk about. There's some problematic language in this album.
There
There
is.
is.
But here's the thing though. In 2004, it wasn't as
It
problematic.
wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It is.
Yeah.
It's generally.
There was a
Um,
note about that somewhere in the Wikipedia. I'll have to find.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that. So this album actually also indirectly got me a date in college. So, this guy that I had gone to high school with
Mhm.
and kept in touch with when we dispersed to college was in a theater program at Cecil County Community College.
Uh-huh.
And through Facebook and whatnot, he was posting like, "Oh, I'm in this show, that show, whatever." And after the fact, I saw that he was in a production of American Idiot.
Oh, neat.
So obviously I messaged him like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed this. I would have gone. I love that album.
And he sent you a picture of his Aractus.
No.
No.
Were Aractus pictures a thing?
Yes. Was that a thing back then?
Yeah. I mean, in all fair, what year was this? It's like last year.
2016. Ew, that was like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wait, 2006? Oh, God, yeah, it is.
Ew.
Yeah.
So conversation about American Idiot, and he was going to try to find the DVD copy to send me on Dropbox or something, which never happened.
Oh, what a jerk.
I'm a little bitter.
Yeah.
But
what did he send you on Dropbox?
Tickets to see Rock of Ages that he was in.
Oh, not as a Aractus.
But I did because I was seeing Rock of Ages, I gave him a bootleg copy of Revolution Radio. Oops.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't have done that because I bought the CD and just burned a copy.
Okay.
Is that how you get girls? You Dropbox them tickets to musicals you're in? I haven't tried that.
I mean, it worked for a very brief period of time.
Well,
you seem like you don't
you.
make good decisions.
This is also the guy that made me a mixed CD that had the "Say Anything Is a Real Boy" song on it.
Yeah, it's horrible. That's horrible. I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
I hope you dump him. I will say, though, when I got in the theater, the whole reason I got in the theater was to meet girls.
Yeah.
I figured, like big fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
And, I knew I was straight, so I figured I had a shot.
But did you?
At that point, yeah, no, I figured it out. I figured it out by the time I got in the theater. So,
all of that connection to this particular album, and if we ever covered Dookie, I'll get into my weird little stuff about that too.
Okay.
But the combination of those being played in their entirety over the summer was why I decided to buy myself a floor seat at Green Day Citizens Bank Park.
yes.
Where my concert was the one that broke Billy Joe Armstrong.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely spectacular. I did in fact have the time of my life.
You've been waiting like all week to be able to say that.
The door's
Oh
there.
my God.
Don't let it fucking hit you on the way out.
Megan, the bad dad jokes are at this end of the table. All right? Not over there. We do the bad dad jokes. Damn it.
Just out of curiosity, if you don't mind discussing it, how much did you pay for a floor seat to see Green Day at Citizens Bank Park?
Oh, she's going to look it up.
I am
She's
gonna
going to
look
look
it
it up.
This was actually a point of discussion earlier today because my sister wants to see Kane Brown. And my mom said, well,
The
how
wrestler?
much? No, the country singer.
Who?
Oh, I'm going to need a Tylenol or something like that.
It's like being at work for you. Just fucking babysitting kids.
Oh my God, it is. With some of the questions I've gotten recently, I had a children that was making fun of me for only putting salt on something I was eating and then goes, Miss, you need some seasoning in your life. Can I give you something?
Whoa!
The fuck are you going to give? He hands me a bag of Sun Chips.
Sun chips are seasoning.
Apparently they are.
Wait,
and I mean, they taste good.
Okay.
So they were like sealed like right out of the vending machine or something.
That's one of my pickup lines at the bar. I'm like, you look like you need some seasoning, baby.
Oh my God. Well,
you look like you need some seasoning, baby.
Do you want seasoning? My Aractus.
Oh
God.
You want some? You want some salt and pepper,
baby?
All our own base seasoning?
You're so weird.
You want some garlic salt?
This is the same kid who I handed out a test. He then proceeds to look at the test, look at me, look at the test, and make the sign of the cross.
Okay, all right.
Followed by raising his hand halfway through, Miss, why are you preying on my downfall? This test is not it. I'm going to get beat when I get home. I'm like, Gavin, you cannot make jokes like that or I have to send you to guidance.
Also,
thankfully, I know you're joking.
So, but here's the thing,
But if we say this too often, I have to send you to guidance. I'm like required.
You can't take anything. You can't take anything too seriously.
No. But
kids.
The thing was so
the kids are our future.
Treat them well and let them lead the way.
Exactly.
Yeah. But isn't the worst part of that is that the fact that like he was praying in a public school? Are you allowed to do that? I thought that would be the worst part.
No, so they actually during Ramadan last year let the practicing Muslim students wear whatever their religious garb was, and they had an extra classroom set up so that they could go pray during the middle of class.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it
cool.
was
It's kinda
very
cool.
interesting.
Kinda cool.
That didn't give me an answer.
No.
No, it didn't.
Nope.
Venmo's also not going to help. I wanted the one next to Venmo. I am the worst at technology, actually.
Okay.
Cash App.
What?
She said
Cash
she
App.
said the one next to Venmo. Cash App.
PayPal.
I literally had to sign in this like 4 times.
There you go. There you go. Trying to figure out the ticket price for a
Damn,
floor
it's
seat.
very important.
While
Day.
she's looking this up, Paul.
Yes.
What if you can remember off the top of your head? What's the most expensive concert ticket you've ever paid for?
I'm kind of cheap when it comes to concerts, so I don't think. I don't know. Actually, like, I honestly I don't know because like most of the concerts I go to, are not for bands or for venues where it's going to be super expensive anyway. Excuse me. I know we got the floor seats for Barry Manilow, me and Katie, when we went to see Barry Manilow. So I was like, "Can I get floor seats?" She was like, "Yes, you can get floor seats." And I want to say, I don't even think they were $100 a piece.
Yeah,
Like,
probably it was Barry Manilow.
I know the
Listen to
parking
the
ticket from when
songs.
I got towed before this concert was $175.
well, that's fun.
Yeah,
No,
that
so-
was
so-
buckets of fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've paid more for theater tickets than I have for concert tickets. So yeah, probably in that like I'd say maybe the $100 range. I don't like I said, I don't. Now there are bands that I will pay stupid money for. I've said that if like REM, like the original REM reunites and tours, I'm gonna fucking pay stupid fucking money to see them. I don't care. I thought about paying stupid money for the Police, but didn't.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't support the police.
I don't know. Wow, we went there, didn't we? We went there. We are not a political podcast, but we went there. No, I decided that, you know what? The police have enough money. They don't need me to fund them. So I defunded the police. I defunded the police.
You defunded
Yes.
you defunded the police and their tantric sex or whatever the fuck Sting's into.
Where was it? Oh, like even like when the Replacements got back together a few years back, I thought about going to that, but I think tickets were like $75, and I was like, no, I've seen them. I'm not fucking paying $75 at, and it wasn't even a venue that I particularly cared for. It was that like outdoor venue that was in Philly that's closed now down by Festival Pier. It was there, so I'm just like, I'm not paying $75 to stand on fucking dirt and glass and you know see a band that I'd like to see, but I've already seen. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't. Yeah. So why? What's the most expensive you've ever paid for a ticket?
I've had this conversation very recently, and I can't really remember. The only thing I can assume is that the most expensive concert ticket I ever bought was Warped Tour.
Okay. All right.
Which was probably, I don't even remember because it was when I was in high school, so it was probably like $50 or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I think when I went when me and Katie went to Sunny Day Real Estate, they were like $65 a piece. You know, because I think I remember saying to Katie, like, if it's more than $60, I don't think I'm going to get the tickets. And she was like, okay. And then it was 65, and I was like, do you mind if I do 65? And she's like, no, you're fine with 65. I'm like, all right, cool. So you know, which I'm really glad I did. But yeah, I don't as much as I love music and I love concerts, I don't really pay stupid money for them. I just, you know what I mean? Like I said, a lot of the bands, and that's the thing too, a lot of the bands I want to see, like they're not charging like ridiculous amount of money anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, no, that's it. Did you figure it out yet?
No, it was.
I'm giving up. I regret answering this question.
It was less than Taylor Swift.
And how much was Taylor Swift?
$250.
$250. Okay, you paid $2. Oh, you know what? When with the Eras tour, I did try to get tickets for Katie, and I was going to get 3 tickets. I was going to ticket for Katie and her nephew, and for myself. I was actually interested in seeing the Eras tour, but I didn't even get selected to get an opportunity to buy tickets.
Yeah, we went a little nuts with that.
Yeah, but I think like she had said, I'd probably go up to $250 a ticket or something like that. And I said, well, if it's $250 a ticket, I'll just get the 2 tickets and I won't go. Yeah, as I think what I had said. I'm like, but if it's if we could get something less that's a little more manageable, then the 3 of us will go, or something like that. So, yep. So Megan, you're a fan of the album?
I am.
You are a fan of the album?
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay, cool. Adam, what did you think of this
album? Well, first, let me start off by saying Green Day touring this album with Jimmy Eat World as the opening act was my first concert.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I think the only reason I went to that concert is because one of your children had gotten yelled at school.
Yeah.
So a ticket opened up and I was asked to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Green Day touring American Idiot was my first concert. And Megan, dear sweet Megan.
Oh dear. Oh Lord.
I don't like this album.
Why?
Now, I like this album musically.
Okay.
I like this album musically. I don't like this. Once Billy Joe starts singing, I don't like this album. I don't like. I don't.
He's only the singer of the band.
I
but,
don't.
you know.
I don't like the songs.
Okay.
Musically, I like them, but the content of the album, I don't care for. This album comes off to me as very self-indulgent and kind of pretentious.
Interesting.
Okay, so I don't get that from it, but go on. I
Like it just.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't get that. From
To me, listening to this album, it seems like Billy Joe thinks that his opinion matters more than it actually does.
So basically, he's just a normal American person. At this point.
Yeah. I like listening to it. Like I'm like musically, like there's certain songs where like I'm like, all right, I can get behind this. Like, what was it? Like, shit, is it fuck? Let me look up the track list.
Okay.
There's a couple songs where, if I'm not mistaken, Are We the Waiting, and something else. Starts off with like a cool fucking like drum part, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool. And then like it kind of gets into the song, and then I'm like,
Okay.
I wish you didn't start singing.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
like which is like I enjoy Green Day. My first exposure to Green Day was actually International Super Hits.
Okay. Which is actually I saw them on that tour. When they were touring that, I saw that with our brother and a friend of the or your brother.
My brother.
Your brother, not my brother. Our brother and friend of the podcast, Zach. I had to take him to the place in Camden with two other freshmen at Central, two girls, and the one was like totally into him too. It was like sad. I wanted to be like, he's gay.
Yeah.
Like it's but she was a sweet girl, but like I was just like, don't waste your time. He doesn't actually like you.
Yeah.
So but yeah, and I was actually very, very impressed with Green Day.
I remember you said before, like you were impressed with his stage presence.
His ability to control the crowd, his ability to control the band. Definitely the leader of that band, and definitely for bless you. For lack of
pretty sure.
a better
Are you just
term.
coughing or are you sneezing?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Because I feel bad because I'm not saying bless you because I'm almost 100% certain you're coughing.
Honestly, half of them are coughs and half of them are sneezes, and all of them sound like the thing that they're not. So I just accept it regardless of what it is.
I'm gonna start saying bless you.
There you
Retroactive
I
bless you.
appreciate it.
So
Peace be with you.
but
And with your spirit.
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, I mean, he's definitely an MC. He's definitely he is the master of ceremonies when he's up there. And
I remember
when
amazing. When I saw them, I remember he spent half the concert just saying Philadelphia.
Yeah, you said that before.
Yeah,
I don't
like literally like 90, like every other fucking second was just him screaming Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It kind of seemed like he was phoning it in a little bit.
But maybe he was being an American idiot.
Maybe.
Or he may have needed to remind himself where he was, because I've been told that they need a lot of reminders when they're on tour. And just performers in general about, okay, today is Thursday. This is the city that you're in. Here's arrows for where you need to go to get places.
I thought you were going to give us another shitty dad joke because you're like, or maybe.
No, I know some things now because I've made friends with cool people.
Oh, really?
You're friends with
cool
Paul.
People? Yeah, I know, exactly. I was going to say, well, I'm not really that cool.
We'll get into my friends with cool people on one of my other picks.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's more stories.
Listening to this album, like, I can't remember what album I think it was one of yours that we covered in season 1. Where like what was it? Oh, you know what else? It was one of mine. It was Check Your Head. It was Beastie Boys, Check Your Head. The entire time I was listening to Check Your Head, I was wishing I was listening to License to Ill.
And Ill Communication.
Or Ill Communication. Yeah. The entire time I was listening to this, I wish I was listening to Dookie.
Really? See, I fucking hate Dookie.
No,
Really?
see, I don't mind. I like
I'm not
Dookie.
Dookie fan.
We're
Not
gonna have to
Dookie
cover
fan.
that one later.
Honestly, I wanted to put on Maria. The song is the song
Yeah,
that
the song's
starts off
after-
international super hits.
Well, no, isn't. Oh, that's right. What's the song that comes after Brainstew? Brainstew.
I can't fucking remember.
Yeah, I
dude.
thought that was a girl's name
Yeah.
too. But yeah, no, I remember.
But yeah,
okay.
like I don't care for it.
Okay.
I think it, like I said, I think it's very self indulgent, and it
Mhm.
comes off a little bit pretentious to me. I like the music of it, but once we start opening our mouths, I don't care for it.
So okay, so I'm gonna say
That
this-
being said, I have a top 3.
yeah.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion.
But yeah, I just don't care. Like, I won't listen to this album again.
To touch on that, what Megan just said, you're entitled to your opinion, and I kind of want to get this out of the way, and what you're saying, and I get what you're saying, I understand it. We're not a political podcast. We don't get into politics. I'm sure if you hear some of the jokes that we've made, you can tell which way we pretty much lean. But like, that's not what the podcast is about.
I had to take a test online because I wasn't sure which way I lean.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah. So
I don't know, like
What,
like
was that a Kinsey test?
like when you say like when someone says like the left, I don't know what that means.
really?
Yeah, I don't know what that
Okay.
means.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know which one's the donkey and which one's the elephant.
Oh, all right. So
I just don't give a shit.
you don't.
Do we know which one's red and blue?
Man,
No.
you kept going.
Couldn't either.
You totally killed my dad joke.
No.
there, So
What were you gonna say?
no, because what did you have to take a test to find out which way
Which political party I lean towards?
Eileen? That's so you're a woman with one leg.
Exactly.
You roll up to her and be like, "Hey, Eileen, hop in."
Yeah.
But no, we're not a political podcast. We're not political in nature. But I have no issue with an artist, specifically a punk rock artist, being political.
Neither
and
do
being
I.
outspoken about it. I just want to get that out of the way. It is, and honestly, I get more annoyed by the people who are like, I didn't fucking pay to come to this concert to hear about his politics. Well, fuck you. You actually, if you listen to any artist who comes out
Yeah.
politically one way or the other, whichever way they're coming out, if you actually listen to their music and listen to lyrics, well, then you kind of actually did come to their concert to
No.
hear about their politics.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like you're obviously not paying attention.
I don't dislike the content because of that.
Right.
I just dislike the content because I don't think it's good.
Yeah. So I am actually really glad you went through the story, because and the whole that was my biggest issue. Well, that's not my biggest issue with the album. That was an issue with the album, is that the story of American Idiot, the concept, the what turned into the play and almost the movie. That's what was lost to me. And because when you talk about the rock operas that you had mentioned, such as the Tommy and Quadrophenia, and it's like the Led Zeppelin, and Tommy, Quadrophenia, even Jesus Christ Superstar, which is actually a Broadway musical. It was first in London, Andrew Lloyd Webber. When you look at those things, when you listen to those albums, like I remember as a kid listening to the album Tommy and knowing what the story was, just from listening to the album, before seeing the movie, well before I ever saw the play.
Keep getting whiffs of spicy mustard.
Yeah, I know.
You're welcome.
But that was the thing. I knew that Tommy was about a deaf, dumb, and blind kid who sure played a mean pinball.
Yeah.
I did not understand the story of American Idiot. I remember when the album came out and everybody's pissed off. He's pissed off at George Bush II. He was
Pissed off at W.
Pissed off at W and the things he was doing, and the Republican Party in general is very upset with. And I understand that, and I got those parts of some, but I didn't get the story. And that was like the thing, was like, huh? And I remember when the album came out, like the single for American Idiot, and the DJ talking, and he's like, "This is our generation, Tommy." And I was like, yeah, but Tommy makes sense. This one doesn't make sense. That being said, I do overall like the album. I just I don't get the story from listening to the album. And then when we got into this, this is the biggest fucking bone I have to pick about it, are these stupid fucking Slash songs.
Oh.
And I'm not talking about, so when you have Jesus of Suburbia and even Homecoming, those aren't Slash songs. They're songs
just
with
long.
with different parts.
They have a whole story
Exactly.
that goes from start to finish, but it's one title.
Right. And even specifically Jesus of Suburbia, because that's the better of the two songs
agree with
that
that.
I say there, has like, like almost like in classical music has movement 1, movement 2, movement 3. Like Carmina Burana has like 20 movements, right? So Jesus Suburbia, movement 1, movement 2, movement 3, and goes boom, 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 boom. And however you feel about it, and even though it's a very disjointed song, it at least makes sense. But when you have the other Slash songs throughout this album, with the exception of the one which made it onto my top 3, so I don't want to jump segments, they're just stupid and they don't make any sense. Just do a different fucking song. Yeah. Like what? And those Slash songs to me don't tell a cohesive story. They don't. Even the one that I like, that's not a story together. Do you know what I mean? I can't tell you which one it is, but I mean, if anything, it's probably the one that's the most a story together. But it's
secret.
I can.
Do you know what I mean?
I know which one it is, and I can see it. If
you know which way I'm going?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right.
If you really think about it, it does make sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. It makes, if you're thinking of the same song, same Slash that I'm thinking of, it probably does. I think it does make the most sense. But the other Slashes just they don't make any sense. And you know what I mean? And the problem is that you separate them. Mm-hmm. And they're actually decent on their own. Most of them are decent on their own. Which is the other thing that annoys me, is because some of them I would just fucking skip on the album.
Just fast forward.
No, I can't. You can't fast forward with fucking digital. You gotta keep hitting 15 seconds.
No,
15 seconds,
you do the little drag thing.
I'm driving. I can't do that. I don't have the drag thing on my.
That sounds like a problem.
We're responsible drivers.
That sounds like a problem. I drove an extra 8 minutes to get here so I could listen to the last 8 minutes.
Which is a lot because the Ottsville Record Garage is like 20 hours from you. You've been driving all night.
Yeah.
Like Linda Carlisle, you drove all night.
You left yesterday.
Yes.
It's a hike and a half.
Yeah. So that's my basically my bone picking there is, and still even you explaining the story, which I'm glad you did. Mm-hmm. Shed a little bit of lights on it, but
didn't explain.
It didn't
explain shit.
It didn't explain. It's just okay, now I understand this, that, and the other thing, but I don't. It still doesn't tell me the story. Like what, besides being pissed off at George Bush, what is the fucking story?
That is the story. He was pissed off at George Bush.
Okay, and that's fine. And just put out an album. It's called American Idiot.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Just do it. Why is it going to be this concept? This
and that's where it comes off. That's where it comes off as pretentious to me. Like if you're good at like you said, I'm listening to a punk album. I'm expecting to hear about their political views because that's what punk is. Mm-hmm. But don't give me this fucking diatribe bullshit about fucking. Just fucking write an album about how the government's pissing you off. That's what I want to fucking hear. That's what I want to hear from Green Day.
Listen, not everybody could be the Clash.
I don't want to hear a fucking fucking rock opera from Green Day.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
Oh God damn it!
I want to hear.
Jesus Christ!
Sorry, listeners.
Adam, what the fuck?
I want to hear how. I want to hear about how the government is pissing Green Day off. That's what I want to hear. Not this.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's just I actually have paper towels somewhere.
They're over there. They're all the way the fuck over there, dude.
All right, whatever.
They're out of frame.
Yes, they're out of frame. No,
this is kind of working.
That's good. God damn it. We got Adam so wild up. He's riled up. He's like, I'm gonna fucking knock over my beer and shit like that.
Listening to this album, I almost kind of want to tell Billy Joe to stay in his lane.
Well, see, that's what I'm getting back to is you know what I mean? The whole, I don't want to hear your fucking political, you do want to hear your political views, but you want him to be more outward with his political views rather than be artistic with his political views.
Should he stay in his lane on the Boulevard of Broken
He
Dreams?
should.
Oh, God.
Megan, the door was pointed out to you 20 minutes ago. Stop it.
Wow, you've been hanging out with us way too long.
It's not it's not that I want him to be more out forthcoming and outgoing with his political views, but it's just don't fucking piss me off. That's what it boils down to. Don't fucking piss me off.
Okay. All right.
And that's what this album kind of does.
Okay. It pisses you off.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
That's the thing.
Are you going to now write a punk rock album about it?
Musically? It's a good fucking punk rock album.
Yes, it is.
Lyrically, I want to punch this album in the fucking throat.
I do think too. It definitely when you think of Green Day in general, which I like Green Day overall. I don't actually particularly care for Dookie, but I think the band has evolved.
Yeah,
Musically, if I had to pick a favorite Green Day album, it's probably Nimrod.
I was gonna say
That was a
Nimrod.
good one.
Seems-
Nimrod's
You
a
seem
really
like
good
a
one.
Nimrod kind of
I
guy.
am a Nimrod kind of guy. I'm a Nimrod. But that's
I
probably
like to hang out with a nice Pinot Grigio and a Nimrod.
yeah. Only when I'm a Ractus.
Yeah.
But,
Light a few candles.
yes, yeah, light a few
Hang
candles.
some lavender
Put
from the ceiling.
put candles in a wine bottle and let it melt down
Yeah.
with my lavender, all around.
So
Yes.
I had some like nice positive notes
Oh, okay.
about musically.
Cool.
I actually really enjoyed the continuity of the sound from this album to Revolution Radio in 2016, which was my reintroduction to Green Day. When that one was released when I was in college, I went, oh look, more Green Day. I liked this. I'm gonna buy that one. I've never heard it before, but I'm gonna buy it because
Okay.
thank you, Target. It seemed like they had some comparable political inspiration at the time. I did notice a lot of melodic similarity between on Revolution Radio, Bang Bang, Somewhere Now, Youngblood, Outlaws, Too Young to Die, An Ordinary World, and very, very similar sounding tracks on American Idiot.
Dude, I don't remember. I'm looking at the track list for Revolution Radio right now.
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember this album existing.
I was gonna say I didn't even know they put out an album called Revolution Radio.
I was very obsessed with Still Breathing for a very, very long time.
Which we all are. It's the only way we live.
Which album
The
has 21
song.
Guns on it?
21st Century something.
I don't care for that one either, but that song's catchy.
Yeah. I did think it was cool how the longer tracks told a story, which then turned into the Broadway show, as opposed to just being long for the hell of it, like some of the Cure songs and the Depeche Mode songs.
Oh,
and some of
those
the
songs
other
are
ones
good. Don't
that
you
guys
go in
picked
there.
out.
This is season 2, not season 1.
I could listen to the transition between Holiday and Boulevard of Broken Dreams on repeat for the rest of my life. It is gorgeous. It is one of my top 2 seamless transition tracks, along with Panic at the Disco,
You
but
mean-
it's better if you do, and I Write Sins, Not Tragedies.
You mean where
It
they
is-
ripped off the Smiths?
Sometimes when you say
How soon
things,
is now?
Megan,
Whatever.
sometimes
It's
when you
fabulous.
say things, I just want to throw something at you.
Mm.
Like when you bring up I Write Sins, Not Tragedies.
It is
Well, you know
actually.
what? I chimed in with, haven't you ever heard of closing the goddamn door?
There you
Fucking-
go. There you go.
I'll close the fucking door when you walk out.
There you go. I will say that even though like they rip off How Soon Is Now from the Smiths, it is a cool guitar riff and it's a cool effect.
I mean, Ed Sheeran got on the testimony stand in court with a guitar and proved there's only so many ways you can put chords together.
Well, no.
So-
Nobody,
There's only so many ways you can come up with a neat riff.
yeah.
Eventually, they're going to sound a little similar.
Or exactly the same.
Do you guys ever? I don't. This just came to mind. Do you guys ever see the thing? It's like I think it's like a YouTube documentary or some shit. There's this band who basically what they wanted to do was trick people into thinking that there was a new Green Day album. So they made an album that sounded like a new Green Day album,
That's great.
and then they released it. And like they released all this shit, like photos of like in the studio and shit. And they were like, "Oh, Green Day's got a new album." Really, it's just some band who like they
Wow.
figured out the formula for writing a Green Day album.
Pretty good. So back to what you said actually brings me to one of my things. I have a confession. I got a confession to make.
I got another confession to make.
So all right. So you mentioned and there's only so many times, you can write the riffs and there's only so many chords, there's only so many notes in music. So you guys know the music that our exit music for the podcast. Yeah, it's Move On. Move On. So think about Move On, especially since we're talking about. Think about Move On right now. Think about the song. Think about how the song goes. Her face just hit it.
Wow.
Dude, I don't think I remember Move On that well. What'd you rip off?
Wow. Holiday.
Did
He
you?
ripped off Holiday.
Continue.
to the point where
Wow.
if you listen to the lyrics of Move On,
Uh-huh.
I specifically put a line in there about a cold holiday in the lines of Move On.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't even understand all of the lines.
Well, when you're listening to it, I say something like, that cold holiday. I specifically
Wow.
put the word holiday in there, and I even sing it with a similar inflection to the Green Day song Holiday. So yes.
Exploded my brain.
I was directly inspired, or kind of stole Holiday to write the song.
Wow.
Move on.
That makes
So-
my one last
Oh,
note seem
are you
like so
listening to it right
unimportant.
now?
Yeah. I don't remember it this well.
Because you usually just hear the move on. Yeah. So it's not exact. There's more to Holiday. Move on's very, very basic, but yeah.
Wow.
Even almost to the breakdown, in Holiday, to the breakdown and move on. Yeah, so go and when you're done watching the podcast, go listen to Birmingham 6 Move On, and then go listen to Green Day Holiday, and you tell me who did it better. I'm gonna say it was the Birmingham 6, so because I wrote that song kind of. So yeah, and now he's still doing his thing there. Adam is testing this right now. He's got his earbuds in, and he's playing it, and that's why he has not much to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
Wow.
It's there. Yes. That was a great reaction
Wow.
too.
My one last little note was that it always throws me off when somebody else starts singing who's not Billy Joe Armstrong. I found out for the first time in 15 years of listening to Green Day that Trey Cool, the drummer, sings that little snippet at the end of Dookie all by myself. I had no idea who it was.
Oh, okay.
I knew that because he came out and sang it on stage at the Citizens Bank Park concert in August.
Cool.
Which then also threw me for a loop that, oh wait, he does this on like other things. It is possible to let a drummer have a mic.
No.
Because he
Don't do
and
it. No.
Mike Dirnt were featured in the middle of Homecoming.
Yeah, I was saying, doesn't the bass
okay.
player sing on this album
Yep.
too a lot?
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought that was interesting.
Is this the same cat that's on
Yeah.
your shirt? I think it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
That cat looks so much angrier than the one on the back of the can that they're up for adoption.
all of Bitch and Kittens, it's all the same cat.
It's all the
This
resting
was
bitch face.
actually the owner's old cat, and I think the story goes that the cat was just such a bitch because it didn't because the owner, the wife, before they were married, already had the cat, and then she started dating who's now the husband, and the cat hated him, and you know what I mean. So yeah, so that was the inspiration too.
Interesting. The cat definitely has a resting bitch face.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Bad
So,
case.
yeah. So, Bitch and Kitten's pretty cool. It's a cat themed brewery in Morrisville, Pennsylvania. So, if you,
Cat themed brewery.
cat themed brewery. So, if you have a chance, stop by Bitch and Kitten. But, all right. So, Adam hates the album.
I like
you
half the-
obviously picked it. So,
I like
so you
half
love
the
the
album,
album.
technically.
I like the album. I like I said, overall I think it's good. I don't again, I still, even after you explaining it, I don't get the whole story part of it. I'm curious enough to see American Idiot.
I would really
on
like
Broadway,
to see it.
or-
if it ever
or if it
ends
toured,
up back, I'm hands down my
I definitely I like the album enough that I'd be like, and I'm curious enough, especially as a former theater major, I am like curious enough and interested enough to say, okay, I'd like to check this out, to see what the real story is. But like I said, that's one of the things that kind of it besides the stupid Slashes songs that just one didn't go together with the other except for in one occasion, just the I don't get the story from just listening to the album, whereas with the other rock operas you can follow the story while listening to the album. It's honestly this is like Cats. Like if you ever listen to Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats, there's no fucking story to it because it's all based on a fucking a book of poems about cats, which is why Cats doesn't actually have a fucking storyline.
And people really like it that
And
much.
people really like it that much. The 80s were weird with the makeup and the dancing and all that kind of stuff. It was like, oh my God, those
fair.
people really look like cats, except you can't see their buttholes. But
You can, if you think.
well, now you can.
If you
Yes.
imagine.
Yes, exactly. Whereas this is kind of like, to me, it's similar in that sense that it's just like, okay, well, it's a bunch of songs that's supposed to make a story that I still don't get the story from it.
Maybe I'll have to bug this guy and see if he remembers that he told me he would send me a copy of
Yeah.
American
may have
Idiot.
to-
So was he in like
You might have to-
a college production of it, or okay?
You might have to go on a date with him. You willing?
Whoa! You would do that
You
for
heard-
the podcast.
I
heard-
certainly would.
There
You
go.
heard it here, folks.
Megan will date you for the podcast.
Megan will date you for the podcast, provided you have a copy of
Wait a minute.
American Idiot that you performed in college.
Next person to
Yeah.
to do listener support for $10 or more a
Ooh.
month, and you must do it for 3 straight months, gets to go on a date with Megan.
Ooh.
When did I agree to
You
this?
didn't. Just I'm trying to make money.
Megan.
Right?
Shut up.
We told you there's the door. so that is the deal. First person, and then if that person doesn't last 3 months, then we go to the next person, and so on and so forth. And then maybe you can talk to Megan about your Arachnus.
Oh my God.
So we're talking. It is currently October 20th.
Yes, but
So
but
we're
actually,
talking-
well, no, we're October 20th. We're actually in November, so
Okay, so we're talking.
we're in
like,
November sometime.
We're talking. You could be going out on a Valentine's Day date
You could
with
You-
Megan, provided you have supported the podcast 3 months in a row.
So at $10 a
$10
month, $10 a month,
$30.
$30 to date this
$30
girl.
to
Come on,
date
one
Megan?
date. Oh, you got to pay for the date too.
Yeah.
And she gets to decide where she's going, and she's going to tell every single person where she's going with you. So that way we can fucking put a tracker on her, and we got the GPS on Megan.
like an-
So
What are the Apple like the AirTags?
yeah, we're putting an
Like
air tag on Megan. We're gonna hide it in her hair so you can't find it, and then we're gonna know, and we're like, boop, boop, boop. Okay, we know Megan's there now.
This is
So-
like to make sure I live and I'm not set up with some axe murderer, right?
no, we just want to follow you.
Axe murderers don't listen to Axe murderers don't listen to the podcast.
I would
Yeah.
certainly hope so.
Joke's on you.
I would certainly hope they're nice, normal as us kind of people.
Yes,
That's Kristen. She's sketchy.
Yeah, I know. Fucking sketchy as shit, that Kristen.
I mean,
You have one. You have
I
one
know.
line. You have
I
one,
know, I
You
know.
have one rehearsed line in the whole
Something-
fucking play.
Something about a sweet baby angel.
so Paul, we can tell by Megan's shirt that she likes this album.
Yes.
But her opinion doesn't matter unless she agrees to go on this date with the listener. What is that sweet baby angel upstairs think about this album?
So it was a first in Country Hipster podcast history. I have never seen that child have a stronger indifferent to this album ever.
Interesting.
Like just straight, like she didn't hate it because she didn't have the
She liked it musically, but didn't care for the content of the lyrics.
I don't know. I don't even
Maybe
know if
she
she
just
necessarily.
didn't understand the content of the.
No, I understood it, and it sucked.
I don't know if it was that. All I can tell you is I played it for her a few times, and literally she just went blank
No.
the whole time. It was on both times. The first time I was like, okay, maybe she's a little bit tired. The second time I was like, oh fuck no, she really just does not give a fuck about this album.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't upset, she wasn't happy about it, which kind of surprised me. I actually expected her to be into it because it is like there are some lively numbers on it. It's like, hey, give me a hit,
Yeah.
give me a hit, Billy Joe, and you know what I mean. So
So kind of the comically large cigar.
yes,
He's like, man,
so you know,
for the Green Day in the studio, they'll give us a hit, see?
Yes, hey, come on, give it 1, 2, 3, 4, Billy Joe, go! That's a hit. All right, there we go. But no, but like she just like literally just like blank stare, staring at the window. Like I said, I'm not putting it as a dislike because like I when she doesn't like something, you know she doesn't like something. She has a physical reaction to it and a verbal reaction to it.
She says swear words.
She says swear words. She can
Yeah.
barely talk, and that's what she's
Yeah.
like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like over and over. And I'm like,
wow.
do you want milk? I don't know what you're saying. But so but yeah, no, just the strongest indifferent ever. Like even like other stuff like that she was indifferent to, like was not, you could see, okay, she's indifferent, but indifferent towards liking or indifferent towards disliking it. This was just like, nope, this is happening, and I'm just gonna sit here and deal with it. You know what I mean? So that brings the listeners now.
Maybe you'll put on a better Green Day album.
Maybe. 1 like, 1 dislike, and 2 indifference now for the listeners. Adam, you are actually, well, yeah, I guess you're technically in the lead by like maybe like, I don't know, maybe I have a half game lead on you. You're at 5 likes and 1 dislike. I'm at 6 likes, 1 dislike, and 1 indifferent. That's where, you know,
Yeah.
we're kind of tied. And then Tom is at 2 likes. Megan, this was your pick. You are the special guest. You'll go first. What are your
Cool.
top 3 songs?
my top 3.
Oh, real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Do you want to explain the message you sent out to
Yeah.
me and Adam?
While I was listening yesterday and trying to start formulating my top 3 because it was a very difficult decision.
So you just started listening yesterday. Well, we've been listening since like over.
When did I say I just started
fucking
listening
sadly.
yesterday?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe you pulled another Frank Turner on us. Look at that look she just fucking gave me. That was good. I'm sorry. Go on.
I had minimal notice for Frank Turner.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So on the occasion in which I was listening yesterday,
The message in which Paul did not respond to. I fucking responded
I noted
to.
this.
No, yeah.
I noted this.
Yes. Go ahead.
So I sent a message to
Megan,
Paul.
Megan hearted it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I acknowledged you responded. I appreciated that you've responded.
Thank you.
I messaged Paul and Adam and said, so for this top 3, how are we treating the Slash songs? Because they're listed
like
as
Sweet
one.
Child of Mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't think that's on this album, but okay.
Because they're listed,
I don't know why we're talking about
for
Slash.
example, Holiday and Boulevard of Broken Dreams are listed as one track.
Mm-hmm.
So do they count as one song? Or are we treating them as 2 separate songs because when they are played on the radio, they are played individually?
2
Right.
separate music videos.
Oh,
Are they 2 separate music
Oh,
videos?
okay. All right,
They're
cool.
very, if I'm not mistaken, they're
Like one picks up where the other left off?
Yeah.
Okay.
that kind of bullshit.
Oh,
I know
okay.
I saw the one for
It's like
Boulevard,
Thriller.
but I haven't seen the one for Holiday. What does Thriller connect to?
Everything.
Everything in our lives.
Yes. Because this
Okay.
is Thriller. Thriller time. Jeez.
The boom,
Oh,
boom,
oh.
boom, 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 boom. That's a solid
Oh
bass
my!
line.
It is, it is.
You're as good at dancing as my dad is.
Well,
Well, your dad went to Juilliard, so that's a
yes,
fucking
exactly.
compliment.
I had to go to UArts. Your
Dude, my
dad got to go to Juilliard.
My dad went to Judge.
Oh, yes.
I don't think that helped with his dancing
No, it
abilities.
didn't. No, it didn't. Sure didn't.
What is this?
I don't know. I actually
I've
have no idea.
been playing with it
I
all episode.
actually have no idea what it is. So
Uh-huh.
it's keeping you quiet though. So.
Quiet you.
My top 3 were separately, in no particular order, Holiday, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and American Idiot, with honorable mentions to Wake Me Up When September Ends, Jesus of Suburbia, and What's Her Name.
So actually, I think you got one of the song titles wrong.
What did
I don't
get
think
wrong?
it's called Holiday. I think it's called Move On.
Wow.
Adam, top 3? Since you said you had top.
I went Letterbomb.
Really?
Are we the waiting? And She's a Rebel.
Letterbomb, really?
Just because I remember there being something musically in it that I really enjoyed. Yeah.
Is that what you like? Nobody likes you.
No,
Nobody likes
that
you.
The
actually
inspiration
fucking
for the Eagles song?
that actually fucking annoyed the shit out of me.
Okay. All right.
It
Right.
was really cool when a whole stadium of people were singing
I'm
that
sure.
part, though.
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
It was.
It was better when they were singing fucking Longview.
All right, so my top 3 is my I'm just gonna say it, like, it's not like necessarily my number 1, but the only Slash that works on this whole album are We the Waiting / St. Jimmy.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, really? What was the
No,
one you
I
were
thought
thinking?
you meant Holiday and Boulevard.
No, because I don't think they work either.
If you
No,
really
sounds-
think lyrically about them, like, Holiday is the, like, everything's going terrible and now I'm on this boulevard of broken dreams and everything's shit.
Yeah, no,
No?
it doesn't work. No, I
Oh.
don't think that one works.
If you think
No.
about them lyrically, the whole album's shit.
Yes, according to Adam,
Sorry, I just
and it's about
You-
W.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Yes.
assholes and opinions. Everyone's got one.
So that's the only one I think works is Are We the Waiting / St. Jimmy. I think that's good, and I think that is the one that starts off with like a drum part that's really cool and whatnot.
Yeah.
I actually really like the overall vocals of Are We the Waiting. The harmonies and the way they do it. That actually, if I do get to see this, get to see the play, I'm actually looking forward to seeing that song. And I think the transition into St. Jimmy from that that slow and just right into St. Jimmy, I think it works. I think it works really fucking well.
Yeah.
Almost to the point where it's, even though they're separate tracks and they are also always played well, they're actually not always played separately. Sometimes they'll just do it. You have Brain Stew, and then whatever the other song is that they go into after Brain Stew, which is a different. It's a different title. It's not a part of Brain Stew, but they go together so well. That's how I feel that Are We the Waiting and St. Jimmy kind of work.
Yeah.
My second one is Give Me Novocaine, because I think that's just a great fucking song. And I forget what that goes into, but whatever it goes into, it doesn't work with, and I think it's fucking stupid.
With my recent dental work, Give Me Novocaine hit close to home. So
I understand.
So speaking of which,
Jaded.
I figured
what Brain Stew
Jaded.
goes
There you
into.
go.
Okay, there you go.
I figured out that apparently from the dentist, my body just fucking eats Novocaine like it's
Yeah,
nothing.
so does mine.
That's
So does mine.
very
He must. I must have went through half that fucking dental office's supply of Novocaine. He
Yeah.
stuck me at least 40 fucking times.
So, oh God, should I tell this story on the podcast?
Maybe.
All right, let me.
This sounds concerning.
It is a little concerning because it has to do with when I was first had my vasectomy.
You told me this. Yeah.
So, but no, I won't. Actually, I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
We're not a political podcast.
We're not a political podcast. We're not going to talk about my vasectomy. So, Give Me Novocaine is my number 2. Number 3, which honestly, it's just a great fucking song. It really is. And it's a song that I don't get tired of no matter how many times I hear it. Wake Me Up When September Ends. It's just a really good song.
Zach and I were talking about this earlier. There's American Idiot and Wake Me Up When September Ends. We could never hear those two songs again and be fine.
Really?
Yeah. American Idiot doesn't do it for that. So I saw that. I do have.
I mean, Wake Me Up When September Ends is a fucking meme at this point.
Oh yeah, it's every year. All right, September's over. Somebody go wake up the guy from Green Day.
Somebody called Billy Joe.
Yeah. And then you had that one asshole who's like, "Don't sit there and make that joke. It's Bill's dad dying." It's like, okay, dude. Like,
Did he?
Seriously, apparently. Yeah.
Sick.
I was like, get over it. You know
Billy
what I mean?
Joe's
Fucking
dad.
Dad's died. Billy Joe's dad. Yeah. So, Dad's dying in September. Oh, too soon. Too soon. Our dad died in September.
Oh,
Yeah, you insensitive piece of shit.
sorry, I can't keep track of calendars. Typically, I'm very good at keeping track of calendars. That one was not on there.
I'm sorry, Megan. That was very mean.
Yeah, just call her a bitch next time. Jesus.
No, he did earlier.
Okay.
No. I said you stood like a bitch.
Man, this thing is going downhill,
Yeah.
and Tom's not even here to send it downhill.
No.
Wow.
I gotta pick
Wow.
up the slack.
Exactly.
Ugh.
So I do have an honorable mention of what's her name, except I do have a little bit of a bone to pick about that. You guys
What?
remember the movie The Social Network?
Yeah.
I remember it existing.
Okay, so at the end of the movie,
Came out the year.
Jesse Eisenberg?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Eisenberg.
The guy from Now You See Me.
From what?
The magician. movie.
Oh, the
God,
magician
that's
movie.
your
No, I
fucking
know
point
that.
of reference for Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah. I don't know actors' names, but I know other things that they're in, and that was what he was in that I remember.
And Now You See Me is what you go with. Fuck, man. Paul, continue.
Do you know Isla Fisher almost died during that?
During,
Who?
yeah.
Yeah.
Isla Fisher in Now You
Yeah.
See Me, the redhead.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not
When-
Amy.
when she was
Amy
struggling
something.
in
What's
the
her name? Amy
Houdini
something?
tank
Yeah.
thing, she was actually struggling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all real.
Yeah.
So, but at any rate, so at the way that movie ends, right? So
Mhm.
in the beginning of the movie, before he blows up with Facebook, his then girlfriend is breaking up with him because he called her dumb because she went to Boston College and not to Harvard like him. But the,
Understandable reason to break up with him.
okay, sure. But the I don't know, man. It's whatever. I kind of saw his point, but no, I'm just saying. No, at the end of the movie ends. They make their settlements and all this kind of stuff, and you see him, Mark Zuckerberg, going on, and he looks up that girl's Facebook
Mhm.
and then friend request her,
And then just
keeps hitting
refresh
to see if she's
refresh.
accepted his
Wow.
friend request, which is kind of like what's her name.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what I'm
Oh,
kind of
that's
like.
interesting.
I think it's a good song on its own, but that's what it reminded me of is the end of the social media movie or social network movie. I was like,
It reminded you of Rooney Mara.
Who?
Rooney Mara.
I don't know who that
It's
is.
the actress who plays his girl.
Yeah, I don't know. She went to Boston College. She was stupid. I don't care.
Rooney Mara, sisters with Kate Mara.
Who?
Kate Mara.
Kate Mara?
She's another actress.
Oh, okay.
What else is she in?
Kate Mara was in A Teacher.
Now you see me?
No. But fun fact, their family owns the Pittsburgh Steelers and another football team.
You can't own two
What
football
happens
teams.
when they play against each other then?
They're not allowed to own two football. They don't own two football teams. Your information's
Their
wrong.
family owned.
They
two
do
football
not
teams.
own two football teams.
So the mother and the father separately own two football teams. I think when they got married, Now
One
they
of them
only
had
own-
to sell
now-
one.
Now they only own one.
Okay, I was gonna say one of them because I
And I
know
believe-
the leagues won't let that
I
shit
believe
happen.
they still own the Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes.
There you go. See, I know a little bit about that stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, you have someone in injured reserve in your starting lineup.
Yeah,
Today,
I know.
so good job.
It's
Oh,
already-
I gotta
they-
check the hockey
Good
score.
job, buddy.
They,
There you go.
they already played. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay. I know they already played
I
too.
left.
Yeah. You suck. So don't sit there and tell me about
Yeah.
what the leagues can do.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, least favorite song.
Any song on the album,
Wow.
including the three I listed as my top three.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't care for this fucking album. It's
Okay.
not good.
All right.
Musically, sure,
Okay.
it's a good punk album. Not lyrically.
Okay. All right. Least favorite song, Megan?
Do I have to?
You don't have to. If you don't have a least favorite, you don't have to have a least favorite.
I don't know. If I absolutely had to pick, I guess Extraordinary Girl, because the beginning's weird, but not like weird exactly. It just like doesn't fit with the rest of everything, like not even the song that it's introing.
Mm-hmm.
It's some kind of drum thing, but it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
With anything.
Okay.
Or maybe Letter Bomb, just because it's not quite as cool as the rest of it, but I don't actually dislike either one. So I don't know that they really count as a bottom.
So I disliked both of those. They're not as my least, which is why I was surprised you even said Letterbomb. Because like, really, that's the song you picked? But I was like, all right, cool. If that's something you like. You have bad taste, but whatever.
That's an option you could
know.
certainly choose.
My least favorite, hands down, just because it's number one, it's super fucking long. Number two,
Jesus
it doesn't
Suburbia.
make. No, I don't mind Jesus Suburbia. Like I said, Jesus
It's the longest
Suburbia.
fucking song on this album. It's like 9.5 minutes long.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
makes
but
sense.
it's like-
it makes sense.
It
It's in
has
movements.
it's like a scenes of the Italian restaurant where like there's a this part and then a next part and then a next part, and it's not just the same thing over and over for 8 minutes.
And then they bought paintings from Sears, dude.
I don't give a shit if it's like scenes from an Italian restaurant. It's not a good song.
It is. No, Jesus. Well, okay. No,
It's
no.
not
I don't
boring,
disagree with
is
you
my
there.
point.
It's not boring. It's in movements. So Jesus Suburbia is not my least either. But also 9 minutes of bullshit that doesn't fit together to the point where I'm like, oh, is this what's her name? Oh no, this song is still playing. Is fucking Homecoming. Homecoming is absolutely
Is Homecoming
horrible.
that long?
Homecoming's like
very
9
long.
minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the one that made me
And-
have to loop around before I
Yeah.
pulled a new track.
And it's totally fucking
Oh yeah,
disjointed
fuck
too.
it is.
Because like especially like at one point, like I'm like, oh, like they straight did rip off Rocky Horror Picture Show at the one point on one part of that song.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
I-
they totally
I'm
did.
being
So-
told that I'm watching that next weekend.
Oh, it's a
I
good
have
one.
been
Have you
informed.
never
You've never seen
I have
Rocky
never
Horror
seen
Picture
Rocky
Show?
Horror. Never.
There's the fucking door.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ,
Who
Megan.
invited you?
You did.
Oh,
You
yeah,
kind of
that's
invited
true.
yourself with recommending this fucking album.
I know.
You told me you were doing the album that I picked.
Listen,
Therefore,
you-
you invited me.
You have other albums on here. They better not be as bad as this one. Actually, I thought this one was pretty good.
I can't
Adam
promise
hates
anything.
it, but
I know what fucking album she picked, and I know at least one of them is going to be as bad as this one.
all right. So
That's the fun one. You're gonna like it. I think you're gonna like it.
I fucking doubt it.
So, just to give you guys a heads up, because we haven't had a listener pick in quite some time. On
It hasn't
season
been.
two.
A listen.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been the Adam and Paul show recently.
It has. It really has. So this is a listener pick, and what we said. So Megan doesn't actually have a copy of this, which is fine
No,
anyway, because even if she did, what we would do is just include it into the average. So what we're doing with listener picks is we're trying to take different pressings, different years that it was either released or re-released, and we're saying, okay, here is the average value, the average very good plus value of the record. So I have gotten 5 different years. One of them I did include was the recent release of 2024, which came out in October 2024. So that is one of the values that's included in there. So we have the values of the 2004 release, 2015, 2020, 2022, and the 2024 releases. And they are in order from 15, 4, 20, 22, and 24. I know I jumped into 4. It's all weird. It's not technically in chronological order.
No, it's
Would-
very all over the place.
Would be actually, let's go chronologically from 2004, 15, 20, 22, 24. We got $107, $130, $67, $43, and the new one, because it just came out, is $40, is the very good plus value.
Everything's $40 that just comes out.
Exactly. So the average of this on the Discogs value is very good plus average is $77.40. rounding it up to $78. So
Solid.
that brings that is actually a pretty solid number. That brings the listeners up to $241. I am still kicking everybody's fucking ass. Thank you, Counting Crows, at $786. Adam is right behind. Well, not right behind me. You're pretty far behind me at $419, and Tom is starting to get there. He's now at $162.
Yeah.
So, Adam, would you grab the box of Mike, please?
I shall.
Have you ever had the opportunity to pick from the box of Mike?
No,
Let me
because
pick
we didn't
this
have it for the
bit.
Frank Turner
We
episode.
No,
didn't
you
have it.
didn't.
We
You
did
just
not.
handed me an envelope.
I just handed you an envelope, and you opened it correctly,
Do you
which I
want-
appreciate.
Of course.
Do you want to hold Michael Stripe while you do this?
I'm gonna let you keep that right over there. He looks a little concerning, actually.
He's cozy.
He is.
He's
He
fuzzy.
is.
He's warm.
All right. So Megan gets to pick from the box of Mike.
He's got a fucked up nose.
He does. All right.
I got 32.
32. All right. Oh, look at you opening an envelope the correct way.
Of course I am.
How about fuck you guys?
What do we got?
Ooh. I will be seeing you next
Oh
week.
fuck! It's another listener pick.
Before
Yeah.
you
God.
say it. Okay, I don't know that one.
I
I
don't
was
know
just-
that one.
I was just
Okay.
hoping it wasn't the other one that I know you picked that also sucks.
It does not suck.
I guarantee it does.
We have the 1975 self-titled The 1975.
I'm not.
And it's
looking
another
forward
fucking
to
mystery
this.
beer.
It is
Megan's
another
buying us more
There
beer.
you go. There you go.
Oh,
More
this,
beer.
This will be fun.
Oh shit! Yeah. So that is
Fucking
it's-
rim our glasses with some fucking arsenic or some bullshit.
Yeah, I know, right? She's gonna be like, I'm gonna put, I don't know, something on there. Jesus Christ!
Hey,
Yes,
I followed directions.
I am telling you, I am not looking forward to this album. I actually know a little bit about this album, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan from what I remember about it.
Interesting.
There's also a possibility we could have a remote guest on this one too.
Oh,
as
fun.
well. Besides this, someone from back in my movie days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Brad
yeah.
Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Yes, yes, yes. We were in Johnny Suede together.
Yeah.
So yeah. You don't know what I'm talking about? Go fucking look up Johnny Suede. It's the best fucking Brad Pitt movie ever made. Fucking hands down, Johnny Suede.
I mean, let's talk about Moneyball. Do you ever see
No,
Moneyball?
No, it's not like holds nothing, not even close. Not even close
What
to
are all of these
Johnny
notes
Suede.
on the envelope?
Don't shh.
Megan!
What is, Jesus Christ!
There's the door.
What is wrong with you?
Give it back. Give me the fucking envelope. Don't even look at it.
God damn it! Shh. We're the wizard. You can't look behind a curtain. Don't look behind a curtain.
Pay no
Who's
mind.
gonna remember?
God damn it! It's on video. I gotta edit.
It's on the
this now.
internet. The internet's forever.
I know.
Megan.
God.
Jesus.
Oh. Oh.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, I'm observant.
Who the fuck invited her? Dude, did you invite her?
No, I don't think so.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think it was Regina.
Fucking Regina. I have to fucking talk to that kid.
I know. All right. So next week, 1975, another listener pick from Megan, who will be back, and another mystery beer pick. So Megan, do you have anything else to add to your thoughts on American Indian?
I think it's a fantastic album. If you ever have a chance to see Green Day live, I strongly recommend it. Just make sure you're not at the show right after they blow out their voices.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Thanks for bringing that up again. Thanks.
Welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, our dad died in September. You want to talk about that too? It was like a year ago. So
We've moved on. Don't worry.
yes, we've
Moved on.
yes, we've holidayed. So, how do we get anything?
Same thing as I always say. Fucking listen to it and form your own opinions, but just go listen to Dookie because it's better.
Well, that's not really letting them form their own opinion.
no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
kind of giving them an
It's-
opinion.
You know
Thank you
what?
for
I
them.
I think that lyrical content you just put out there is rather pretentious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a little bit.
Quite pretentious.
All right, Megan, thank you so much for
Yes,
coming
thank
on.
you,
Thank
Look
you
forward
for
to
having
talking to you again next week.
Thank you for that beer.
Yes, I know,
Maybe.
I know, I
You
know.
are welcome, and
Yeah.
I will make sure I get another spectacular one
I,
for
you know,
next week.
I hope it's better than that, and I hope it's not a sour because that was brutal. As you drank like half of yours.
Because I was
Yeah.
trying to figure it the fuck out.
Are you like a sadomasochistic?
I
Like,
no,
you're
I
I'm
like
just-
sours.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I just I enjoy sours. I was just trying to like figure that one the fuck out. Because literally, I got sour and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing. It's weird.
I got mustard.
It's
and
weird.
puke.
Well, I
So-
wiped mustard off of half of my glass just so I could get just the beer.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. And on that note, it is that's all we got, right? We're
I think
good.
so.
All right.
Yeah.
On that note, it is time to
Holiday right?
Celebrate. It's time to celebrate. No, it is time to